Hi. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Do you want to say anything, Dr. Hartz, or? Okay. Oh yeah, everyone can be seated. Sorry, my bad.
Good morning, everyone. The music that you were hearing on your way in today is in honor of Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, which we are in the days of the Jewish New Year right now, and they are also known as the Days of Awe. And you might have noticed that on our school calendar, we do not have classes tomorrow. This is an observance of that holiday, one that is very important to people that celebrate Judaism. And I just wanted to share a little bit of that music with you. It's called Hine Ma Tov, meaning how good it is to be together. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hartz. So good morning, everyone. Today's Tuesday, October 4th, and it's an F day on your schedule. Today for lunch is breakfast, and now we have a senior presentation from Anaïs Juliet.
Good morning. I'm going to tell you 6 embarrassing things about myself. On Saturday, I turned onto Delaware and immediately drove onto the curb and almost rammed into a lamppost. Like half the car was on the sidewalk. Not even the curb, the sidewalk. I still have no idea how to calculate the surface area of anything. I've been taught at least 3 times. 2 times, not once, but twice, I left my dog outside and accidentally left him out there for so long that he got so sick of it and walked half a mile by himself to another house he knew the way to. One time I fully passed out while walking across Elmwood and had to be dragged by the feet to the other side. I'm not at all as confident as I seem up here. And 3 of the plants in my room are dead, even though they are always 3 feet away from me, and at this point it's homicide. If you had told my freshman year self that I was going to walk up these stairs and stand at this podium and say those things, I wouldn't believe you for a second. But why? How much can you all even judge me? At the end of the day, I bet you've all done similar things, and no one is going to use any of that information to ruin my life. The fear of opening up, failure, and vulnerability used to control me and ruled my self-confidence and self-esteem. I was scared of vulnerability more than anything else, and it showed in a lot of ways, like in relationships with people close to me, schoolwork, family, and theater, which are all some of the most important things in my life. I put myself in boxes, drew up walls, and shut off constantly. And I thought it was the right thing to do, as long as I was succeeding and comfortable. September last year, I was hired at a tiny coffee shop down Elmwood. I showed up on some Thursday and was told to come back on that Saturday for my first day. I was ecstatic. I showed up on Saturday morning ready to train, until I realized that what I was walking into was not training. It was just a regular day at work with real customers wanting coffee, and I didn't even know which machine in that store was the register. And so begins the first few months of the coffee shop job from heaven that I was so excited about. I was absolutely terrible at that job. Not only did it take me at least 20 minutes to locate the register, but it's also a 30-pound register from probably 1945, and that meant I had to calculate every single customer's change in my head in under 10 seconds any longer, and it would have been awkward. I also refused to use the calculator in front of me because that was in some way cheating or failing, and come on, I can calculate such little things like someone's change. So on my first day, I let almost everyone walk out with the wrong change. One of them, I remember, left those doors with $11 and some wild amount of coins, more than they needed. The first time I poured coffee for someone, I spilled the entire spoonful of sugar on the counter. One time I accidentally threw coffee beans at a customer while scooping out their order. One time an older gentleman asked me that we sold chicory root, and I was like, what? He asked me what my knowledge of chicory root was. Now, raise your hand if you know what chicory root is. Okay. Exactly. I had no idea what to say, so I settled for the worst possible thing to say, which was, what do you know about chicory root? I thought I was getting fired effective immediately, even though I was one of 2 people working that day. It was not as easy as I expected. And that's a good way of explaining my initial experience at the job. It was not as easy as I expected, and I messed up countless times. But I began to realize that I was learning something new. I felt completely out of control. I wasn't in control of who walked through those doors, what they would want to buy, how their mood controlled their conversation if they had questions. Every time I would show up and stand behind that counter, it was like I was relinquishing control. And I found that when I opened myself up to having no control, I improved at the job. If I was open to letting things happen and letting things go, this cloud of pressure above my head would dissipate. Most times I would try to prepare for a customer by assuming things. They would prove me wrong anyway and switch up their order. Or actually, my name is Keith, not Dave. I've only been coming here for longer than you've been alive. And I look like a fool. Although all of these things seem obvious in retrospect, it took me a long, uncomfortable time to realize that I was not going to get fired for making a mistake as long as I cared to correct it and learn from it. Failing is not only okay, but recommended. I realize that's an uneasy thing to say in a school setting, but hear me out. If anything, that's the best place to start failing. The coffee shop isn't the first time I've gone headfirst with failure, though. When I was younger, I was once called a quitter by a friend. It was true. I was comfortable with things that I was good at and extremely reluctant to say yes to things that I wasn't good at or comfortable with. I quit piano after 5 years because I didn't like playing the wrong note or being given a piece to play that was too hard. I quit playing drums after 2 years because once again it was just too hard. I auditioned for a theater company and didn't go to the first day because I was scared it was going to be hard. I didn't even let myself try that one. I didn't like being called a quitter, of course, but today I can absolutely say that I was. Saying yes is so much more valuable than I thought. Because I want to be someone who's comfortable with saying yes, knowing I will fall flat on my face, and having the courage to say yes again once I get up. It's so important to be comfortable with the ambiguous and undefinable and to not try to fix that or to define. Everybody always says to try new things, which is so undeniably true, but also to be ready to fail when trying that new thing and not letting yourself quit. Now, I want to surround myself with theater my whole life. And the thing that no one tells you about acting is that it's sometimes better to have absolutely not a clue what you're doing. It is a tool to open up about things that make you uncomfortable or to share things that you notice or that make you happy about a performance. To leap into a character that is nothing like you and just go for it and make a fool out of yourself until you've pushed it far enough that it lands. Theater, just like anything else, is at its most rewarding when you accept failure and uneasiness and let those things fuel your growth. You could play the same character for 15 different shows and get so good at it that it's like a science. To the audience, you're brilliant, but what are you learning? You're in a tunnel. I'm telling you what I've had to tell myself forever. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to give yourself. Don't be afraid to fail. No one is judging you as hard as you are. And if you're the only one judging yourself, what's the point? Why would you ever be embarrassed about making space for yourself? Vulnerability, once dethroned and truly understood, is your key. I still struggle with the job some days, but I know that I can't predict how my shift goes, and I can count change now. I haven't thrown coffee beans at anyone in a long time. And I give myself grace when I mess up, and I don't hold it over my head. At the end of the month, I'll be in front of many people performing the most terrifying and important piece of theater I've ever been challenged with. And I still struggle with this. And it makes me uncomfortable, and even just telling you makes me uncomfortable. But it is better that I fall flat on my face with the knowledge that I did something at all, and get up, and fail again, and again, and again, until one day I've done the work to stay upright. Thank you.
Amazing job, Anais. Okay, now just a quick announcement for seniors. Today there's a college visit from Penn State at 10:15, and that's all I have. So do you have any faculty announcements?
That we are calling watercolors in the courtyard, but if it rains, it won't be in the courtyard. So we're going to make some process art. I really can't believe how well your senior presentation just like, whoa, okay, chills. A few years ago at a faculty meeting, we were talking about how important it is for students to fail and how we can demonstrate that by learning new things. And that was years ago, and I've been thinking about it ever since, but was distracted by having a baby and also a pandemic. And so this summer, thinking about that, I started watercoloring. And anyone who's seen me try to draw a picture of like a Renaissance street, which is most people here, knows that I'm so bad at art, like just really bad. But watercoloring is so nice because you can't really control it. You can, but you can't, right? So like messiness is kind of part of the process. And I started making these. Could you go to the next slide? These are just some examples of the kinds of things that we could be making. I have them in real life too. So it's like super abstract, and then you kind of do colors, and then you draw stuff, and it's so relaxing and fun and satisfying to make art and to feel like you can make something even if it's not perfect. And everyone is invited. I really hope people come. We decided to do it on a Friday afternoon, right after school, so that people who have difficulty getting here on the weekends can come as well. And I just really hope to see some of you. You can listen to music. You can go to Starbucks and get a drink and have some like fall, autumnal vibes while we make some art. It'll be really nice. So I really hope to see you. And again, thank you so much, Anais.
Okay, any other faculty announcements? Student announcements?
Field hockey has a game today.
Yay! It's an away game in Holland, so we might not see many of you, but if you see a player in the hallway, make sure to wish them good luck. Yay!
Just another reminder for seniors. Black shirt, white shirt, blue jeans, Friday. Please, please, please. You don't even have to wear it the whole day. Please just put it in your bag. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Semichords auditions are today. First lunch right here in the chapel. The sign-up sheets are still right next to the office, but again, you do not need to sign up. You can just show up if you want. If you really like to sing and you have any interest in being in a vocal group, it's a really good time. We have a great group, and I hope that people show up. Thank you.
We won our game yesterday. Yes, Soccer. Ari and Charlie scored, so congratulate them and everybody else. And also the field hockey team was the turning point in that game. So thank you.
Connect Life Club meeting in the chapel, second lunch. Please come.
No Glee Club today because of Semichords auditions. So if you're in Glee Club, you should come up here sometime during lunch. I have music for you.
Good morning. The swim team does have a meet today. It's at 7:15 at Buff State. We are against Mount St. Mary, and we would love to have you there. Thank you.
Good morning. Cross Country has a meet today at Cuomo Lake Park after school, and it's against Nichols.
Also, just want to thank everyone who came out for the Chipotle fundraiser on Friday. And, oh no, sorry, Panera. That leads into my second announcement. We're going to have a Chipotle fundraiser. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's the 22nd of October. It's a Saturday from 5 to 9. I don't remember which Chipotle, but I will have that for you guys next time. And congrats to everyone who ran at McQuaid. Thank you.
Any other quick student announcements? Okay, everyone have a great day and get to class.